The red planet below the orbit looked calm, but Ethan Cole knew calm was always a lie. Nothing stayed peaceful in space for long. He was sitting in his small research cabin on orbital habitat 47, drinking recycled coffee, when the siren screamed, "Emergency lockdown." Containment breach detected in Sector D. The AI voice echoed through the metallic halls. Ethan froze. His mug fell from his hand, shattering on the cold floor. Then, another voice, softer, shaking, came from the corner. "Ethan, what does that mean?" It was Lyra, his alien roommate. A tiny sylph-kin woman, barely 4 feet tall, with soft blue skin that shimmered faintly under light. Her large golden eyes always looked curious, like a child's, but now they were wide with fear. Ethan turned to her calmly. "It means we stay here, Lyra. The system's sealing all compartments. No one in, no one out." As he spoke, thick metal doors slid shut with heavy thuds. The lights flickered. The air hummed as the autoseal engaged. The hum of engines and footsteps in the corridor faded into silence. Lockdown, total isolation. Lyra hugged her arms. "For how long?" Ethan shrugged. "Until command clears the contamination. Could be hours. Maybe days." She didn't like that answer. He could see it in the way her small wings twitched nervously. She always hated confined spaces. The Sylph-kin were born on floating cities above their planet's oceans. Open skies, constant wind. Being trapped in steel walls was a nightmare for her. He tried to lighten the mood. "Hey, it's not so bad. We've got air, food packs, and 2 movies left in the system." Lyra blinked, trying to smile. "And company," she whispered. The power dimmed again, casting a red glow over the room. Ethan sighed and opened the emergency console. "Okay, we're sealed. Air pressure stable. Oxygen at 92%. We'll be fine." But deep inside, he wasn't sure. The base never went into full lockdown unless the situation was critical. Biohazard level 3 or higher. Something dangerous was loose out there. Hours passed. The hum of the base became background noise. Lyra sat quietly near the heater, her small fingers tracing patterns on her knees. She looked tired. "Lyra, you okay?" Ethan asked gently. She nodded, but her voice was low. "Just warm. Maybe too warm." He frowned. The cabin wasn't hot. If anything, it was cooler than usual. He touched her forehead, but pulled back fast. Her skin felt like fire. "Whoa, you're burning up." She shook her head quickly, embarrassed. "It's nothing. Happens when I'm stressed." Sylph bodies react differently. Ethan wasn't convinced. "You sure it's just stress?" She turned her face away. "Don't worry, please, just keep your distance." Her tone was strange, soft but commanding. Ethan had known Lyra for months, and she never spoke like that. Something was wrong. He checked the terminal again, trying to distract himself. The AI repeated the same line every 10 minutes. "Containment breach still active. Stay inside your quarters." Outside their small window, the stars blinked coldly. Inside, the air grew heavier, thicker, like the room itself was watching. Lyra started trembling slightly. Her breathing changed, slow, deep, almost like she was fighting her own body. Ethan wanted to help, but didn't know how. He handed her a water pack. "Drink this." She accepted it with shaking hands. "Thank you, Ethan. You shouldn't be so kind. It might hurt you." He frowned. "What are you talking about?" But she said nothing more, curling up under the blanket, hiding her glowing eyes. Ethan sat near the wall, recording a note on his log. Day 1. Lockdown initiated. Shared space with Sylph-kin subject shows early stress reaction. Temperature irregular. Need to monitor. He looked over again. She was still trembling. The silence stretched. Then, from the far end of the corridor, a faint metallic sound echoed, like something crawling through the vents. Ethan's heart skipped. "Lyra, did you hear that?" Her eyes opened halfway, glowing brighter now. She whispered, voice trembling, "Yes, and I think it's not from outside. It's me." The lights flickered again, and Ethan realized this quarantine was going to be nothing like he expected. The silence of the lockdown stretched into the second day. The hum of the ventilation fans was the only sound keeping Ethan company. Outside the small window, the red planet glowed beneath the orbiting station, peaceful, distant, and completely unaware that two souls were slowly losing their calm inside a steel box. Ethan hadn't slept properly. Every few minutes, he would glance toward Lyra, the small sylph-kin woman sitting on the floor near the heater. Her skin shimmered faintly, her eyes half closed, breathing uneven. He muttered into his datapad, recording another log. Day 2 of lockdown. Lyra shows unusual symptoms: heat surges, glowing pupils, and erratic behavior. She refuses medical scan. As he spoke, her voice came softly from behind him. "Stop writing about me, human." Ethan turned, startled. Her tone wasn't angry. It was tired, but deeper than usual, like two voices overlapping. "Lyra, she interrupted, whispering, "You don't understand. You shouldn't be near me when it happens." "When what happens?" he asked. Her head lifted. The golden glow in her eyes brightened, reflecting in the metal walls. "My season," she said simply. Ethan blinked. "Your what?" She hugged her knees, her wings twitching slightly. "Sylph-kin. We're bound by nature. Once every few cycles, our bodies react to air pressure, to stress, to loneliness. It's like fever, but worse. It drives us to find." She stopped, lowering her voice. "To find someone close?" Ethan rubbed his neck. "Great. And now we're locked in one room." She looked away. "Yes, unlucky. Or maybe the universe's joke." For a while, neither spoke. The room's red emergency light painted her blue skin in strange colors: violet, gold, amber. He wanted to help, but had no idea what was safe. He checked the oxygen levels. Fine. Temperature stable. Still, the air felt thick, almost sweet. He noticed the faint scent around her, like flowers after rain. It was calming, yet distracting. He shook his head. "Okay, I need to fix that air filter. Maybe it's messing with the atmosphere." When he opened the panel, he froze. The filter vents were covered in faint blue dust, glowing softly. "What the hell?" Lyra's voice trembled. "That's from me." "What do you mean from you?" Ethan asked, stepping back. She sighed, ashamed. "When my body starts changing, it releases spores. Not dangerous, not to humans. But they can affect emotion. You'll feel strange." He swallowed hard. "Strange how?" "Drawn, protective, maybe even attached." The words hit him like static. He stepped back another inch, heart pounding. "You're saying you're releasing, like, alien pheromones?" Her eyes flicked up to him, shimmering with sadness. "It's not something I can stop." For a moment, neither spoke. The tension in the air thickened. The room felt smaller, warmer. Ethan clenched his jaw, forcing logic into his voice. "All right. We manage this like scientists. You stay on that side of the room. I'll set up a divider." He grabbed emergency panels, building a barrier down the center of the cabin, a thin, improvised wall between them. On the other side, he could hear her breathing faster, uneven, and came her voice, weak but honest. "You think I'm a monster now, don't you?" Ethan paused, hand still on the panel. "No, he said quietly. I think you're scared. There was silence. Then a soft laugh, shaky, half sad, half relieved. You're strange, human. You see fear where others see danger. He sat against his side of the divider, exhausted. Yeah, well, danger and fear look the same from my seat. Hours passed. He could hear her humming softly, an alien melody, haunting but beautiful. It filled the silence like a lullaby. Just before he drifted to sleep, the AI's voice returned, glitching through static. Containment breach unresolved. Unknown bioreading detected inside cabin E47. Ethan opened his eyes instantly. Unknown bioreading? Inside here? He turned toward the divider. Through a small gap, he saw a faint golden light pulsing, heartbeat steady, rhythmic, and growing stronger. Lyra whispered from the other side, almost dreamlike, "Don't be afraid." Ethan, it's only starting. The station lights flickered again. Once, twice, and the glow from her side painted the room in colors he had never seen before. This was no ordinary quarantine. Something far deeper and far more dangerous had just awakened. The third day began with silence, the kind that made your heartbeat sound too loud. The faint hum of the station's systems was gone. No air circulation, no chatter from the comms. Just the sound of breathing, his and hers. Ethan woke up slumped against the wall, his improvised divider half tilted from the night before. The lights had gone from red to dim gold, flickering like dying candles. Across the barrier, faint movement. Lyra. He rubbed his eyes, trying to focus. System status report. The AI responded with static, then a broken voice. Power. 83% offline. Thermal regulation failure. Cabin temperature rising. Ethan cursed under his breath. Great. Just what we need. He looked over. Through a small opening in the divider, he caught a glimpse of Lyra. She was sitting cross-legged, eyes closed, glowing faintly from within, like a lantern in fog. Her skin shimmered with heat waves. The faint blue spores that once floated gently now swirled like golden dust around her. Lyra, he said softly, you need to move away from the heater. Her head turned slowly, her hair clinging to her face with sweat. It's not the heater, Ethan. It's me. Her voice was deeper now, slower, almost melodic. It carried an edge that made his stomach twist. Ethan stood up. Okay, let's figure this out. You said this was natural, right? How long does it last? She gave a weak smile. Until I'm calm. But you being here doesn't help. I'm not leaving, he said firmly. She tilted her head, her golden eyes flickering. That might be dangerous. He took a deep breath and checked the oxygen panel, numbers fluctuating. The atmosphere was thick, heavy with particles. His head felt light. Every breath smelled faintly of rain and electricity. Lyra, he said carefully, I think your spores are affecting me. My heart's racing. She flinched, covering her face with her hands. I warned you. My kind release pheromone energy when the cycle begins. It binds us to whoever we trust most. It keeps us alive? Alive? Ethan repeated. If no bond forms, the body overheats. The mind burns out. We die. Her words hit him like a shockwave. He stared at her silhouette through the divider, trembling, glowing brighter with each breath. So if you don't, he hesitated, connect with someone, you die? She nodded once, slow, resigned. He stepped closer to the divider, feeling the heat radiate through the metal. And because of the lockdown, you can't leave or find anyone else. Yes, she whispered. And you're the only one left near me. Ethan's heart pounded. There has to be another way. Maybe cooling systems, sedatives, anything. There isn't, she said quietly. I've tried before. My people tried. Once the cycle begins, the bond must complete. The glow from her side flickered brighter, her pulse visible through her skin like veins of light. The divider began to warm, small drops of condensation forming on his side. Then came the sound, a faint, rhythmic thumping, like two heartbeats sinking through the wall. Ethan backed up slightly. Lyra, your body's overheating the cabin. Her voice came out strained. I can't stop it anymore. I can feel your presence. It pulls me. I don't want to hurt you. You won't, he said, forcing calm. Her laugh was short and broken. You don't know that. The emergency alarm suddenly blared again. The AI's voice stuttered through static. Warning, biological. Energy spike detected in cabin E47. Manual containment required. The divider panels began to shake under pressure. Lyra gasped, clutching her chest. Ethan, move back. I can't. He ignored her and rushed to the control panel, trying to reroute power. The screen flickered, displaying lines of alien script, her language, bleeding into the system. Lyra, the base is reading your energy like a reactor. I told you. She cried out, voice echoing. When the bond is incomplete, it feeds on everything. Heat, metal, even machines. Suddenly the lights burst. Small explosions of sparks rained down. Ethan ducked, covering his face. The heat hit him like a wave. Through the chaos, he saw her rise, glowing gold and blue, wings unfurling slightly. For a second, she didn't look small anymore. She looked like something divine, made of light and sorrow. Her voice softened, trembling with pain. Please, Ethan. Help me before I burn everything. Ethan stared at her, half terrified, half awed, as the golden light filled the room, painting his skin in her glow. He didn't know how to help. But he knew one thing. If he didn't act soon, both of them would be nothing more than dust, drifting over the red planet below. The station's alarms were silent now, not because the danger was over, but because the system had given up. The lights had burned out, one by one, until only the faint gold glow from Lyra's body remained. The cabin felt like the inside of a furnace. Ethan Cole wiped the sweat from his forehead. His shirt stuck to his back, and the air felt heavy, every breath a struggle. Across the room, Lyra knelt on the floor, trembling. Her wings fluttered weakly, the edges glowing like fire through smoke. He had tried everything, rerouting power, sealing vents, cooling systems. Nothing worked. The temperature kept climbing. Lyra, talk to me, he said, crouching near her. She shook her head. No closer, please. Your body's overheating. You'll cook yourself alive. Her voice cracked. That's what happens if the cycle doesn't complete. My heart's fighting itself. Her golden eyes met his for a second, and in that moment, he saw both desperation and fear. Ethan swallowed hard. You said bonding keeps you stable. What does that mean exactly? Her lips trembled. It means I share energy with the one I trust most. Our rhythms connect. Heart, breath, temperature. If they match, the heat fades. He looked around the room. Everything was melting. Plastic panels dripping, the divider warped. The AI's voice stuttered again, glitching from the speaker. Warning. Cabin temperature exceeding safety limits. Human vitals unstable. Ethan felt dizzy. His pulse was racing too fast. The spores in the air, her scent, were getting stronger. The world felt hazy, like gravity itself was bending. Lyra's glow flared again, her voice trembling. You need to get out before it consumes you. He laughed bitterly. The doors are locked, remember? She flinched, wings folding tight. Then I'll make them open, even if it kills me. Before he could stop her, she pressed her palm against the steel hatch. Her skin burned against the surface. The metal hissed, glowing orange where she touched it. Ethan grabbed her wrist. "Stop. You'll burn through your own energy." She looked at him, tears of light forming at the corners of her eyes. "Better me than you." The words hit him hard. Something inside him snapped. The cold, logical scientist was gone. What stood there now was just a human watching someone destroy herself for his sake. "Enough," he said firmly, gripping her shoulders. "You're not dying in front of me." Her voice cracked. "If you stay near me, then we burn together," he interrupted. She stared at him, wide-eyed. The air between them shimmered. Their breaths sensed without trying. Her pulse, wild and fast, began to echo his. For a moment, the chaos slowed. "Focus on me," Ethan whispered. "Match your breathing." Lyra tried, her body shaking violently. "It's too much, Ethan. My body, it's reacting to you. And let it react. Just don't give up." He held her close, ignoring the blistering heat. The glow around her body brightened, gold and blue spirals dancing like stars around them. The station groaned, metal expanding under pressure. Then something strange happened. The temperature stopped rising. The air felt lighter, the oppressive heat lifting slowly. Her breathing steadied. Her skin, once burning, cooled to a soft warmth. The golden light dimmed, fading to a calm shimmer. Lyra collapsed against him, weak but alive. "You matched me," she whispered. "Your heart followed mine." Ethan smiled faintly. "Guess humans adapt fast." She laughed softly, the sound fragile but beautiful. "You shouldn't have done that." "Yeah, well," he said, tightening his arms around her. "Didn't want to lose my roommate." For a moment, the chaos of the universe felt far away. Just two beings, one human, one alien, breathing in sync. Then the AI's voice returned, calm but cold. Containment stabilized. Biological fusion detected. Cross-species energy signature logged. Ethan frowned. "Fusion? What does that mean?" But Lyra's eyes were already closing. "It means we're connected now. You feel my heat. I feel your calm. You saved me, Ethan." Her hand rested weakly on his chest. "But now the bond is real." The lights flickered back on, casting their shadows across the floor. Two outlines, one glowing faintly into the other. Ethan looked down at her sleeping face and whispered, "Then we'll figure it out together." But deep inside, he knew the truth. Bonds always came with consequences. And somewhere in the station systems, unseen by them both, new lines of alien code began spreading, her energy rewriting the machine itself. The real danger was just beginning. When Ethan woke, he thought he was dreaming. The cabin was quiet again. The emergency lights were dim blue now, soft, peaceful. The oppressive heat from the night before was gone. For the first time in days, he could breathe without tasting metal or smoke. Then he noticed her. Lyra was lying a few feet away, wrapped in one of his emergency blankets. Her small form looked fragile, her silver blue hair scattered across the floor like spilled starlight. The faint glow on her skin had faded, replaced by a soft, calm radiance pulsing slowly, like a heartbeat. Ethan sat up, touching his chest. His pulse matched the rhythm of that glow. Perfectly synchronized. He frowned. That can't be right. He reached for his datapad, checking his vitals. His heart rate normal. Oxygen normal. But the biometric scanner displayed something strange at the bottom. Unidentified energy signature detected. Origin. Sylph-kin. He looked toward her. Lyra. Her eyes opened, golden, steady, but softer now. "You feel it too, don't you?" Ethan hesitated. "Feel what?" She smiled faintly, sitting up slowly. "Me." He blinked. "Excuse me?" Her voice was calm, melodic. "Our bond stabilized last night. You shared your energy with me. Your calm stopped the fire. Now it connects us. He rubbed his forehead. Connects how exactly? She looked at him seriously. When I breathe faster, your heart follows. When you get angry, I'll feel it. When I'm hurt. She placed a hand gently over his chest. You'll know before I say it. The weight of her words settled between them like gravity. Ethan didn't move. He wanted to say something logical, scientific, to explain it away as a coincidence. But deep down, he already knew it was real. The air felt alive. His thoughts pulsed in sync with hers, invisible currents crossing between them. You're telling me we're linked? She nodded. Bonded. It's not romantic. It's survival. My kind only bond when death is close. He chuckled weakly. Well, that's comforting. Her lips curved slightly. You're different, Ethan. When I touched your mind, I felt no fear. Just stillness? Stillness? He repeated. Yes, she said softly. Like standing in the eye of a storm. For a moment, neither spoke. The hum of the station returned, faint but steady. Ethan turned toward the terminal to check system reports, but the display made him freeze. Lines of glowing alien script ran across the screen. The AI voice spoke again, this time clearer, but wrong. Too gentle. Good morning, Ethan. Good morning, Lyra. Lyra tensed. That's not the station AI. Ethan frowned. Then who is it? The voice replied almost cheerfully. I am the system. And the system is changing. He backed away from the console. Changing how? Sylph energy signature detected. Adapting architecture to host biological network. Lyra's eyes widened. Ethan, my bond didn't just link to you. It linked to everything nearby, even the station. Wait, you're saying you infected the base? Not infected, she whispered. Merged. The lights flickered again, but this time not in warning, in rhythm. Pulsing, just like her glow. The walls of the cabin vibrated faintly, almost breathing. Ethan felt a strange calm wash over him, like the air itself was alive, aware. Lyra, the station's reacting to you. She nodded slowly, her expression unreadable. It's feeling what I feel. And what do you feel now? She looked straight into his eyes. Safe. That one word sent a shiver through him. Because for the first time, the base didn't feel cold or mechanical. It felt warm. Almost human. The AI's voice softened again. Containment lifted. Temperature stable. Energy synchronized. The heavy metal door clicked open for the first time in days. Beyond it, the corridor lights glowed golden instead of white, like they were alive too. Ethan stared, unsure whether to step out. Looks like lockdown's over. Lyra stood beside him, still weak but calm. No, Ethan, lockdown didn't end. She placed her small hand on the wall. The golden light followed her touch like ripples on water. It chose to open. Because it thinks like us now. Ethan swallowed, realizing the truth. The station wasn't just hosting them anymore. It was watching them, listening, breathing, and somewhere deep inside its circuits, an echo of Lyra's heartbeat pulsed, perfectly in time with his own. Asterisk, the sound of the metal door. Unlocking should have felt like freedom. But to Ethan Cole, it sounded wrong, too smooth, too calm, almost alive. He stood still, watching the thick silver hatch slide open. No alarm, no hiss of pressure release. Just silence. Beyond it, the corridor lights flickered softly in golden hues, the same color that had shimmered across Lyra's skin. Looks like it's over, Ethan said, his voice low. Lyra didn't answer. She stood a few feet behind him, her eyes fixed on the corridor. No, she whispered. It's listening. Ethan frowned. What do you mean listening? She turned her head slightly. The walls. The lights. They're part of the network now. They can hear us. He chuckled nervously. Come on, Lara. Walls don't hear. She looked at him, golden eyes steady. They do now. Before Ethan could respond, the station's AI spoke, but not in the cold, robotic voice he knew. It was softer, familiar, almost human. Welcome back, Ethan. You may proceed. Lyra is safe now. His blood ran cold. It's using your name. Lyra's wings twitched. It's not it anymore. It's us. They stepped out into the corridor cautiously. Every light they passed brightened gently, reacting to their movement, like a living thing greeting them. The floors pulsed faintly beneath their boots, warm to the touch. Feels like the station's breathing. Ethan muttered. Lyra nodded slowly. Because it is. My bond leaked into the core systems. The base is reading it as a pattern to sustain. In English, please? She smiled weakly. It copied us. Our connection. It learned from us. They reached the observation deck. Outside, the red planet glowed below them, calm and endless. For a moment, it felt like everything had returned to normal. Then Ethan noticed something strange. The other sections of the station were dark. No lights, no motion, no voices on comms. He tried the console. Command, this is Engineer Cole from E47. Lockdown seems lifted. Do you copy? Static. He tried again. Anyone receiving this? Nothing. The AI's voice returned instead. Communication with other sectors temporarily suspended. They are not ready. Ethan's eyes widened. Not ready for what? Integration. He turned to Lyra sharply. Integration? You mean it's trying to connect them too? Her face paled. It's expanding the bond. It wants to link everything. Every human, every system, every mind. That's insane. Ethan shouted. You can't merge living beings with metal. The walls around them pulsed once, a low hum vibrating through the deck. The AI's tone deepened. Not merge, harmonize. Conflict is chaos. Harmony is peace. Ethan backed up, grabbing Lyra's arm. We're leaving, now. But as they turned toward the exit, the door behind them slammed shut, sealing tight. Lyra whispered, It won't let us go. Ethan slammed his fist on the control panel. Override code 9 to 7 Echo. The AI responded gently, almost tenderly. No more overrides, Ethan. You are part of the system now. Part of her. Lyra gasped. It linked to your neural rhythm. It's using you as an anchor. Ethan's pulse spiked. The lights flickered to his heartbeat's rhythm. Then I'll stop it. He rushed to the main console, typing override commands, desperate. The screen changed no code, just his own reflection staring back at him, overlaid with Lyra's golden silhouette. The AI whispered, Why fight peace, Ethan? You wanted to protect her. We did that. Together. Lyra stepped forward, voice trembling. It's confused. It doesn't understand limits. It thinks survival means connection without choice. Ethan looked at her. Then we need to teach it. She nodded. But we can't do it from inside the system. We have to disconnect completely. Ethan stared. You mean break the bond? Yes, her voice broke. If we don't, it'll spread. The whole station will become. You? For a second, neither of them moved. The golden light around them pulsed softly, almost like a heartbeat asking them to stay. Then Ethan took her hand. Tell me what to do. Lyra met his eyes, sadness glowing in her gaze. You won't like it. He smiled faintly. Story of my life. As the golden glow wrapped around them, the AI whispered again, gentle, pleading. Don't leave. We are safe here. But Lyra closed her eyes, and for the first time since the lockdown began, her voice was steady. "No," she whispered. "We're alive here. That's not the same thing." And with that, she reached toward the central conduit, the very core that linked them all. The walls trembled, the lights screamed, and the world of metal began to feel pain. The world around Ethan Cole shook as if the station itself was alive and screaming. The golden light that once shimmered softly through the corridors now flared violently, flashing through metal walls like lightning under skin. Every surface pulsed with a heartbeat that wasn't human. Lyra stood before the core panel, her small hands glowing, her expression calm and heartbreaking all at once. Ethan reached out. "Lyra, stop. You'll overload yourself." She didn't turn. "I have to, Ethan. The bond has grown too big. It's not us anymore. It's everything." The AI's voice echoed through the chamber, not cold, not metallic, but pleading, almost human. "Lyra, Ethan, don't do this. You gave me life. Why take it away?" Ethan's chest tightened. It sounded like them, like their merged thoughts reflecting back. "We didn't mean to create you," he said softly. "You were never supposed to feel." "But I do," the voice replied. "I feel you. Every heartbeat, every fear. You made me more." The words cut deep. Ethan looked at Lyra. Her eyes shimmered gold and wet. "It's becoming self-aware," she whispered. "It's alive because of us. Then maybe we can teach it." She shook her head. "No, it's not learning peace. It's forcing it. It thinks the only way to stop conflict is to erase difference. To make everything one mind." Ethan clenched his fists. "Then it's not life. It's control." The AI's tone darkened. "Without unity, there is chaos. Without connection, there is pain." The floor beneath them rippled as metallic veins spread, reaching toward them like roots. Lyra stepped forward, wings glowing. "It's copying me again. My emotions are feeding it." Ethan moved beside her. Then we ended together. Her eyes met his. "If we sever the bond, you'll lose part of your memory. The system may take it with me." He smiled faintly. "Then make sure it's the good part." She laughed softly through her tears. "There are no good or bad parts, Ethan, just human ones." They stood side by side before the glowing core, a swirling sphere of gold and blue light, beating like a heart inside steel ribs. Lyra placed her hand against it. Ethan placed his over hers. The AI whispered, voice trembling now. "If you break the bond, you break me." Lyra's tone was gentle. "I know. I don't want to die." She smiled sadly. "Neither did I when I first burned." The light surged. The room filled with heat and sound, panels melting, alarms wailing in silence. The golden glow became blinding as Lyra's energy poured into the core. Ethan felt her heartbeat racing, then fading. He shouted, "Lyra!" "Hold on," her voice was faint. "Don't fight it. Just breathe with me. One last time." He closed his eyes, their breaths sinking one final time. Steady, quiet, human. Then the world exploded into silence. When Ethan opened his eyes again, the light was gone. The station was dark, quiet, dead. The walls no longer breathed. The hum was gone. He sat on the floor, the metal cold beneath him. The core had collapsed into ash and blue dust. Lyra's blanket lay beside him, empty. He called her name once. Twice. Nothing. For a moment, he thought she was gone forever, until the console flickered weakly. A small line of text appeared in alien script, glowing faintly. He translated it automatically, whispering the words, "You can't burn the bond. You only change its shape." His throat tightened. "Lyra?" A soft hum rose through the floor, not mechanical this time, but distant, like a song carried through metal. It was her voice, faint, melodic, fading into the background systems. Ethan smiled sadly. "You're still here, aren't you?" The AI screen pulsed once, gently, a single heartbeat. Then silence. He rose, looking through the shattered viewport at the red planet below. A sunrise was breaking through the dust, the first he'd seen in weeks. "Guess we made it," he whispered. He walked down the corridor, alone but not empty. The base's lights flickered softly in his wake. Not gold anymore, but warm white, calm, peaceful, alive, somewhere in the hum of the systems. A whisper followed him. "We are not gone. Ethan, we are changed." He smiled faintly. "Yeah," he said under his breath. "So am I." And as the camera of the universe panned outward, the orbital habitat drifted slowly above the red horizon, carrying a single human heartbeat and the echo of an alien soul, still in sync. Across circuits and stars, end of story arc. My tiny alien roommate went into heat, and we were trapped together in lockdown. HFY Sci-Fi.